Okay, students, we're going to go over your review packet or review sheet here. So first group, we're identifying what type of line it is, either horizontal, vertical, or oblique, or not a line at all. Well, since we have exponents of 2 here, that means it cannot be a line. It can only be a 1 when I have the x and the y in the numerator. So this is not a line. Number 4. Number 2, this y to the negative 1 makes the y go down into the denominator. You cannot have a y in the denominator. So that also is not a line. Number 3, y to the 0 is 1. So it really says 4x plus 6 equals 0. And when I solve for x, we get x equals negative 2/3. 3/2 I meant. And x equaling a number is a vertical line. So it's number 2. And here, this wipes out the y. So again, I get x equals 0 here. So x equals the number is a vertical line, again, number 2. And lastly, x is 0 equals 1. So negative 7 divided by 1 is negative 7 plus 8y equals negative 3. So that means I'm going to get y equals a number, and y equals a number is a horizontal line, number 1. All right, let's go over here to the degree of the polynomial. Then write the polynomial in standard form, which means the highest degree down. So the degree is I look at the exponents on the variables. So only those ones, those are the only ones that have the variables. I take the highest exponent of any term. So that one is a 6, 5, 4, and 2. So 6 is the highest. Okay, so the degree is 6. Now it asks you to put in the standard form, which is highest degree down. So it's 6, 5, 4, 2, and then this would get put over here with a constant. So I have negative 3x to the 6th minus 5x to the 5th plus 6x to the 4th minus 4x squared plus 9 to the 8th, and then a minus 8. I'm not worried about you putting in the calculator and getting an answer. You can just, these are both constants, they go at the end. Okay, so that would be standard form, highest degree down. Okay, number 2 now. I look at these ones and I see on the variables 6 is the highest. So the degree is 6. Okay, so for number 2, degree is 6. And standard form. Oh, hold on here. I should erase that so I could see everything. Okay, these are all individual terms right there. I was thinking that there's a plus or minus signs with the y's. There's not. All right, so remember, I only look at the exponents on the variables. Okay, so this one has a combination of 8, that's degree 8, and this is degree 10, and that's degree 3. So we're going to highest degree down, so 10 comes first, so negative 2, x to the 6th, y to the 4th, plus 4x to the 6th, y squared, plus 3x squared. I'm cubed. Undo that. Go back. Undo that again. I guess I'm going to have to hit the eraser. Let's actually make sure it's erased. Okay. I'll go back. Okay. 3x cubed. All right, so degree is 10. All right, next we have multiplying polynomials. So I'm taking this 4x and distributing it through here. 4x times x is 4x squared. Or that's a 1 and that's a 1. X times x is x squared. You add the exponents. And then I have minus 20x. Here, 5x squared times x to the 4th is 5x to the 6th. I add my exponents. And then I get 10x squared. Next one, 4x to the 6th, I'm not distributing, so I have 4x to the 10th, adding the exponents, distribute to x cubed, plus 4x to the 9th, 6 plus 3 is 9, and then Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16, and x to the 6th times x to the 1st is x to the 7th. And then here, I'm cubing this monomial. Remember monomial, one term? So that means this cubed has to get put on everything inside here. So it's 4 cubed, and then a power to a power you multiply, so it's x to the 15th, y to the 21st. And then I can't leave it as 4 cubed, because that's the smallest number I can put in the calculator, 64. X to the 15th, y to the 21st. Okay, so these are both the same answer, just written in different forms. Okay, this bottom one is the most common form it's written in. All right, next page. Combine like terms now. Very first thing I should do is take my two negatives, change it to a positive, two negatives, change it to a positive, two negatives, change it to a positive. I have an x squared here and I have an x squared here. So 7x squared plus 9x squared is 16x squared. I then have, can't see that right there, 9x, that's a positive 9x, plus a 4x is 13x. And then I have 8 minus 3 is positive 5. Are you writing standard form? So highest degree down, 2, 1, and remember a constant is degree 0, because I can always write x to the 0. And remember the degree, because x to the 0 is 1, and 1 times 5 is 5. Remember the degree is the exponent on the variable, so I can always put that in there. We just never write that. All right, next one. Again, right here, change it to a plus. Right here, change it to a plus. My highest degree I see there is squared, so I'm going to put my squares together. 6x squared minus 8x squared is minus 2x squared. Then I have my x as 9x minus 3x is 6x. And then I have my constants, negative 2 and negative 6 is negative 8. And there's that answer in standard form, highest degree down. Next, I have to first distribute the 6 there, so I get 6x minus 36. This probably is going to be a plus. We'll just put a plus in there. You don't see it. Minus 9x minus 18, and that becomes a plus. So 5x minus 35. Now I go ahead and combine like terms. Let's just see, I have an x there, an x there, and an x there. Combine them. 6x plus 5x is 11x minus 9x is 2x. Now do the constants there, and there. They're all negative. So I add negatives together. It keeps the same sign. Just add them together. 36 and 18 is 54, 84, 89. Okay, here my like terms are the XYZ, XYZ. Everything's got to be the exact same. So 5 minus 3 is 2XYZ plus 8X. So don't forget that first term is degree 3, because I got a 1 on each of these. 1, 2, 3. That's degree 3, and the second term is degree 1. All right, go ahead and distribute the negative 6 through there. This I can just take off 2x squared minus 5x minus 6x squared minus 12. Got to remember to include the sign in front of that 6. Now I combine like terms there and there. 2 minus 6 is negative 4x squared. Remember, I go standard form, highest degree down, minus 5x, and then minus 12. There's your answer. All right, last page here now. Monomials, dividing them. Okay, 6 over 18 cancels down to 1/3. I asked myself, where do I have more x's? I have more x's in the denominator. How many more do I have? 4 more, because 7 minus 3 is 4. Y's, where do I have more? I have them in the numerator. How many more do I have? Just 1. So you don't have to have that 1 there. You can just say y. So there's that answer. Now here, I have to remember to distribute the 2 through everything here first, and then the 3 through everything there. 5 squared is 25, and I have x to the 18th because I do a power to power, so I multiply it, and I have y to the 10th. 8 cubed is 512. X to the ninth cubed is x 27, and then y to the 21st. So I need to simplify that. Okay. 25 doesn't go into, and 5 doesn't go into 512, so that stays the same. I ask myself again, where do I have more x's in the denominator? How many more do I have? 9. Where do I have more y's? Denominator, how many more do I have? 11. And there's the answer. When you're finally done in all these answers, you only can have one x and one y, meaning I can't have an x in the numerator and the denominator. It can only be in one place, numerator or denominator. You never have, as we have here, x cubed over x to the seventh. You'll never leave it like that. You're down to one of each variable at most, unless they cancel out. Here we have 6 over 18, so that's 1/3 again. I have more x's in the numerator by 1, and I have more y's in the numerator by 5. So there's that answer. Here I have to cube it, 6 cubed. That's the common one that's missed. Forgetting to put it on the number, the coefficient out front. So 6 cubed is 216. X to the 21st, y to the 15th. Remember, power to power, you multiply. 4 squared is 16. X to the 12th, y to the negative 6. Now, 4 will go into, or 8 will go into both those numbers. 8 will go into 216, let's see, 27 times, and it goes into 16 twice, dividing each by 8. Okay, I have more x's than the numerator by 9, and I have, now, when I have a negative exponent, I can either just subtract, go 15 minus negative 6, okay, that gives me 21, or I can move this up to the numerator and make it positive, and then I have y to the 6th there, and y to the 15th times y to the 6th is y to the 21st. So for a lot of you, it would be easier to move the negatives, do the reciprocal, and put them from the numerator to denominator or denominator to numerator. So they're all positives, and then deal with it. So in that case, this x is coming down here, so I have another x cubed. Okay, that moved down. 7 over 1 over 42 is 1/6. I now have 10 x's in the denominator, and I have more y's in the denominator by 2. Okay, now here I have the negative on the outside. That means I have to take the entire numerator and drop it down to the denominator, and it becomes positive 2 down here. This entire denominator gets moved up to the numerator, and it becomes positive 1 up here because I'm doing the reciprocal. That's how I turn them into positives. So I'm just going to rewrite that. So I have 4x to the 8th, y to the negative 2 now, and that's to the power of 1 because I moved it up. And then I have down here 3x to the 8th, y to the 8th to the power of positive 2 because it moved down. So it's now positive in the denominator. Now I need to go ahead and anything the first power is itself, so that just stays 4x to the 8th, y to the negative 2 over, now I square everything in here, 9x to the 16th, y to the 16th. Yeah, don't forget, since that's a negative, I'm going to go ahead and just move it down here and make it positive down there now. And now I go ahead and simplify that. Well, 4 9 doesn't simplify. Where do I have more x's in the denominator by how many? 8. And now I have 18 y's in the denominator, none in the numerator. So there's that answer. Okay, again, we have negative exponent, so I'm going to move that up to there, so make it an x there. That's a negative exponent, so I'm going to move it down here, make it positive. And I have that right there. 3 over 18 simplifies to 1/6. I have x to the 8th plus an x to the 1st is x to the 9th. And I have 8 plus the 2 y's down here for a total of 10 y's in the denominator. Again, we have a negative exponent here, so this entire thing gets moved down to here with a positive 3 now. And this entire thing gets moved up here for a positive 1 now. So I'll go ahead and write that. 6 x to the 7th, y to the negative 3, and that's the positive 1, so I can just drop that off. And then I have 9x to the 6th, y to the 9th, to the positive 3. I dropped it down, so now it's positive. Okay, now I need to distribute that exponent of 3 through everything. So the numerator stays the same. I have to distribute the 3. 9 cubed is 729. X to the 6th cubed, power to power, you multiply, so 18. And 9 times 3 is 27. Now again, since I have a y to the negative 3, I can drop that down, make it positive 3 down here now. Much easier to deal with. 6 does not go into it. 3 does go into it, so I divide each by 2. 3, that's 24, 243. Okay, where do I have more x's now? I have more x's in the denominator. How many more do I have? 18 minus 7 is 11. And then how many y's do I have in the denominator? 30. 27 plus 3 is 30. And so there's that answer right there. Okay, that goes ahead. That's the last page, right? Yes. So that answers all your questions on your review there. That we've covered. We've done a little more than this, but that's a good portion of our review right there.